Hello, viewers. Welcome back to Will It Cat. We are in post-game.
About time.
Yeah. So, since it is our first post-game foray, we are just gonna jump right into a post-game monster.
That weapon is new.
Yes, it is. I'll show it off later. I just real quick crafted it because our next monster is weak to dragon, and that's a dragon weapon. It's the Valstrax sword.
Oh, okay.
I just was like a real quick and dirty.
Oh no, keep scrolling past that guy, please.
Yeah, please, yes. No, this guy's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just showing off first what quest we have. We've got a lot of new monsters. But yes, as I mentioned, we're gonna do that guy.
Nice pun.
And a lot of
Devil
multi-hunts. It's just...
Yes. Yes, I mentioned that we were hunting him to the guys, and they were surprised that we hadn't fought him yet. And I looked it up, and turns out, yeah, in single player, Deviljho does not show up until the end of the high rank campaign. Which is nuts!
It's
You
weird.
think- it's
Speaking
nuts.
of single player, multiplayer, we still need to get a date for the more multiplayer shenanigans.
Yes, we do! Hey, you know, we're all in kind of lockdown here, so
That's
pick
true.
a time.
Yeah, that's true.
Pick a time.
I'm available.
We got time.
I'm available all week after 1.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get something together. No worries. But for today, Deviljho.
Yes, the pickle.
The pickle, yes. You'll see him in a moment, and you'll anyone watching who doesn't know Deviljho will understand why he's called Pickle. He's good. We'll talk about him when we can see him. Deviljho. We will talk about him thoroughly when we can actually see him. Which, you know, editing. Here he is! Here's the pickle!
Yeah.
Hi, Pickle!
He's
Angry
green and
pickle.
tubular. That's
Yes.
it.
He's green and long and has little tiny spindly legs. Thus, Pickle. Angry Pickle, because he gets very mad.
He has a big head and little hands.
Big head, little hands, big tail.
He's an elongated T-Rex.
I was trying to make a reference, but it doesn't look like you got it.
I didn't even hear what you said.
He has a big head and little arms.
Okay, so like...
It's a reference to Meet the Robinsons.
Nope, don't know it.
Okay.
So anyway, let's instead of making references to things nobody knows, we'll talk about the pickle a little bit.
That
I
is
wouldn't
so
say it's-
weird.
I wouldn't say it's a nobody knows thing. You have
Okay, fine.
It's
fine.
like
References to
what,
someone else.
Pixar, I think?
Yeah, it's a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that I don't know it then. That's odd. I thought I had seen Pixar movies. Oh well. Doesn't matter.
It's one of their less popular ones, if that helps.
Okay, I have lost track of Pixar movies because I don't go to like the theater very much, and I don't go at all anymore. Anyway, Deviljho. Goodness gracious, Deviljho here. He's a big old sack of HP for one thing. Like he got a lot of HP. He a chonk boy. Regardless of what you do, regardless of what you bring to the party, he's gonna take a while to go down because that's just how Deviljho do.
Yeah.
He is weakest to dragon. He's got secondary weaknesses to, I think it was thunder
Yeah.
and something else.
Thunder.
Yeah,
Vulnerable to a lot of status elements.
Yes!
I cannot
Yes.
give specifics off the top of my head.
He's got a crippling vulnerability to blast. He absolutely gets clowned hard by blast.
Ooh.
And yeah, so that breath of his, he has got insane range on it, especially range to the side and back. Pretty much the only place you are safe from that attack is directly behind him.
Yeah, like
Which-
it's I want to say it's an arc of greater than 180 degrees.
It really is. And actually, in general, the safest place to approach the Joe is behind. Stay behind the Deviljho.
Get all up in that booty.
Yeah, just get that, what was that? The rude word for the butt. I can't remember what it is. There's a lot of rude words for the butt. I'll probably...
That trunk.
Not the trunk, it was... I'll think of it later. It's,
Yeah, that's a job for Future Silver.
yeah. Anyway.
I hope you're not thinking
one
of Grundle,
other-
because that's slightly different from booty.
yes, it is.
Actually, it was the Grundle.
No,
Okay,
that's
then.
entirely different.
Okay,
It's-
fine.
Region. It's a slight regional difference.
I want to call attention to the sounds that the Valstrak sword is making as I swing it.
Is it
goes
screaming?
Whoosh.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it screams. It goes whooshy whoosh.
The Grundle is closer to the undercarriage than it is the buoy, if you catch
Yeah.
my...
Okay. Well, you wanna stay in his Grundle. There you go. Now, for other strategies, Devil Joe can cause tremors. So if you have tremor res, bring that.
Yeah.
He's got a very fast bite attack that you just saw that he can just fire off basically instantly. So definitely stay away from his mouth. God.
I'm not gonna give you any crap for acorning on Pickle.
Please don't. You'll see a lot of those. Now, you notice his legs are like really tiny. Devil Joe tends to fall down pretty easily if you attack his legs. So you want to do that for the legs.
This boy
Oh,
skips
God.
leg day. It's bad.
Yeah, he skips legs day and bad.
You hit
Now,
that tail,
breakable
but
parts, you can break his face twice,
Mhm.
two-part break. You can cut off his tail. You can get his claws somehow, so can you break his claws?
Wait, that sounds unfamiliar to me.
Well, the claws are an important drop, aren't they?
Yeah, but you get them, like, there's no break associated with them, I thought.
Okay.
okay, so it's just a guaranteed drop, pretty much.
No, it's not, because I didn't get any after this hunt, so I wondered if the claws were associated with the break.
Let me check my memory.
I mean,
Please
this...
check your memory. Go ahead. See if we missed any breakable parts.
Yeah,
but you can definitely cut off the tail,
Yeah.
and the tail cut has a special property. Devil Joe, his primary characteristic is he hungry. He very, very. He's so hungry that if you cut off his tail and the Joe is hungry, he will go and eat his own tail.
That is disturbing.
Yeah. It's less of a special property of the tail and more just a special property of Joe.
Yeah, true. But either way, he will eat his own tail. And you
Yeah.
saw we knocked him over there, so that's prime tail cutting up to Joe. With the tip of his head.
And,
Okay,
There
there
are-
are no claws whatsoever.
Okay, fair enough.
and
Anything else?
there may be some people wondering about this. He eats from his tail, but it doesn't, like, make the tail cut disappear,
Oh,
so
okay.
you can still carve.
Good point. That's a good distinction.
There are
So he'll munch on the
talons,
tail.
but not claws.
Sorry?
There are talons, but not claws.
Talons are kind of clawed.
Yeah, it's synonyms.
There are no wounds that give you claws. They're just
They're not. I wouldn't call it a synonym exactly. A talon is just a subset of claw. It's a specific kind.
Okay, yeah, it's just from carving.
Fair enough. Oh, see, you just had a bad roll. That's all it was.
Oh, you know, maybe I did get it from a carve. I didn't pay it that close attention. I didn't see any in the reward box. I thought I didn't get any. Maybe. We'll
Yeah,
watch
it's a carving only thing.
it. Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, there's the second acorn.
like I said, that mouth move. It's just really. He's faster than you think he would look. And again, my armor is.
Is it almost about
this
time
is-
to level that up?
This is early high rank armor, and I'm considering changing the armor. There's some cool armor we just got, and maybe Nyalka needs a wardrobe upgrade.
Yes.
I just think that this outfit is cute, okay?
Yeah, it is cute.
Okay. Yeah. So we're clear on that. Quick
No, I
refill
always
of the
forget.
acorns, and we're back to the pickle.
I
What's
forget
the matter?
Pickle has eyes.
Yeah, little eyes. He has eyes.
He's got tiny little beady eyes.
He got a big mouth. He's like you can see his mouth opens extremely wide. It's kind of
I think it's more based on an alligator.
He's got that
he's a big
hunger.
old pickle. He's big old.
He's got that hunger, and sometimes
Yeah.
it changes to anger.
Yes. Yeah.
Isn't
When
that
he
just
gets
his normal state of
angry.
being?
No, because he's not angry right now. You can tell when he's angry because his he gets these red glowy bits all over his body.
Oh, he's hungry.
Yeah, he gets
Yeah, he's hungry.
he gets intensely angry, and he like glows red with dragon energy, and it glows through his. I don't know if it's recent scarring or just all his scar tissue, but yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah. It's pretty freaky looking at it. It looks neat. Look, Joe is cool. Joe is
Oh
a good
god,
monster.
yes.
Now, the reason that I was surprised we hadn't fought him is because Joe also has another characteristic where if you have a condition on a quest that says it's unstable, like ecosystem unstable, as I think that is what it calls it, then you'll have an option for an intruder to show up during a quest. Not necessarily like a second monster who's there. Sometimes you'll have other monsters who are just kind of there. Joe will show up, like in the middle of your hunt,
I heard a
and
punch.
crash your party. That was his face.
Yeah, one face.
So, yeah, so he'll elect to crash your party and crash your hunt and, you know, be like, hey guys, what are you doing over here? So I'm just surprised we haven't run into him at all, because he does do it. And I guess we'd never seen him do that.
I assume it's best to run away when that happens.
Yeah, probably. Because, as I mentioned, he is a very chunk boy. He takes a long time to take down, and you're probably not gonna have the time, and you may not have the proper equipment either to deal with him. So it's best not. Just don't. Joe is one of the main reasons that you bring poop, by the way.
Yeah, and traditionally
'Cause-
speaking, Joe is the boy that pops up and makes a
Your
simple
life
hunt
hell.
complicated.
Yes. And, like, he shows up as an intruder, so you want to poop him to get him away. And his pin attack, he does have a pin attack. It is absolutely devastating. You do not want to get caught in the pin attack. And so, again, poop. Bring the poop.
Yes.
Yeah, for
See, now he's mad, and there's no threat accent, so it's fine.
yeah, his scarring glows. It's really good.
Yeah, Joe's good. Joe's a good monster.
And
Oh god, yeah.
for
Oh yeah,
reference,
he actually has a,
So like that? So like that? Like he was talking there.
yeah,
But-
for reference, anybody who may have started playing the series through Monster Hunter World, Basil Juice kind of exists to take up Devil Joe's niche because Devil Joe wasn't in the base game.
Yes, yes. The Angry Bagel does the same sort of thing that Joe does in these games. And then they also added Joe post-game, so...
And
you just got
even
deleted.
Yeah, I did.
even so, like for some reason, the world heavily weights it in favor of Basil Juice showing up. At least it feels like that to me. I've had Basil Juice show up more often than Devil Joe.
My
Yeah,
experience is the same, yeah.
yeah, so is mine.
Basil will show up a lot more than the Joe. But hey, you know.
It's
But
a
yeah.
little bit different in Iceborne in Master Rank, but that's
That's
Yeah.
Master Rank.
yeah, it's
Master
it's
rank
different.
and G rank are always a different beast.
So, yeah, did he really just take out like 3/4 of your health in one hit?
I told you, my armor sucks. And yes, he did. Joe hit hard.
Yes.
Joe is what's
Yes,
been
he
making me consider upgrading the armor. Now, there are a couple of cool armor sets that we picked up that I would happily put the Alchemy in. Yeah. I'm gonna show off some of the new armor at the end of the video, so if you have
Okay.
any thoughts about what fashion you'd like the Alcon to rock, or have me pick, yes, actually I was thinking that exact one. So we have one vote for Valstrax.
I don't know what any of these things look like because
I'll show them off after we finish off the Joe. Hold your chocobos.
if I remember correctly, you can't actually craft Joe.
Yes, you can.
No, you can. He's not an Elder Dragon. I would have mentioned.
Okay, I always mix him up with one. I don't know why.
Oh, you mix him up with an Elder Dragon.
Yeah.
Any particular Elder Dragon, or you just think he's an Elder Dragon?
I think it's because he can take on Elder Dragons.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he can take on pretty much anybody. You don't lightly mess with the Joe.
Yeah, so I always think he's an Elder Dragon because he's at that level of power.
No, I mean, he is definitely a post-game monster. He's kinda one of the first of the post-game monsters. The other one was mentioned in the same sentence by an NPC, who we will be beating soon. The other one is Ray Jang. Now, that is, so what the quote was, the NPC said, oh, well, look at these scrubs who can't take on a Devil Joe and a Ray Jang in low rank armor. That's what she said. So,
You can barely
Seeing-
take on Rajang in high rank armor. Ah.
this is early high rank armor, to be fair. If I were wearing better armor, I would not be taking as much damage. Now, I think we will be meeting Ray Jang next, so look forward to that. Any case, what was I saying? Oh yeah, post-game monsters. Devil Joe and Ray Jang are two of them. Neither of them are Elder Dragons. So, You don't have to be an Elder Dragon to be a post-game monster. It's just... I'm not sure what kind of characteristics you'd be looking for, but hits pretty hard, is very aggressive, would be characteristics basically that I would point to.
Yeah, if Iceborne is any indication, well, both the base release of World and Iceborne are any indication, it would be monsters that are not fun to fight.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? Fair on that. Very much fair.
Because
Although
holy shit.
Joe is fun.
Holy
I
shit
think
though,
Joe
like
is
who fucking remembers arc-tempered bullshit from the base release?
I do.
I guess.
They're not fun.
They're not.
They are not
I-
fun, but the typical internet shitlord Monster Hunter fan eats that shit up, and I don't understand it, and I hate them for it.
I have done the arc-tempered fights, most of them. Soloed a couple of them, and I honestly have to agree. Ugh.
Like, you did the absolute worst one solo, and I don't know why you did that to yourself.
Lunastra? Just
Yeah.
to see if I could do it.
Yeah, that is
Was
the
kinda
worst
like-
one.
Just kind of like, can I do this? And I think it gives me some street cred, you know? I can talk about arc-tempered things and call them bullshit and say, and I say this as someone who has soloed an arc-tempered monster, a really bad one. Street cred,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, you have the full right to complain at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got street cred for soloing Lunasty. I would not do it again, but I did it. Her armor is neat.
Yeah, and World has Iceborne has recently gotten 2 variants. I know one of them I can probably talk about, but I shouldn't mention the other.
Yeah, does it have the permanently pissed off pickle?
Oh, that's just in base Iceborne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Savage
Yeah,
Joe
yeah.
is not
Yeah.
new.
Yeah, Joe has a variant. It's called Savage Devil Joe, and he's just permanently in angry mode.
Now there's another permanently angry variant, but I don't know if he's in.
Oh, I think he is, so we can talk about that one when we fight the monster in Western.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Which will be next. I will do that one next.
But in Ultra, there's the other variant that I think I can talk about is an Ultra Explodey version of somebody we've met before.
Oh, Bracky?
Yeah.
Talking about Bracky? Yeah. You go ahead and talk about Bracky. We fought him.
So yeah, well, Raging Brachydios is,
It's like permanently in angry glowy mode.
and he's got more goo all over him in the Iceborne version. Anyway, I don't think I've ever actually fought him.
Yes. Okay. So, just to generally talk about that sort of thing. Also, a theme of the post-game fights is you start to see these variants that are permanently in their alternate power realm. So there's Devil Joe has one. Bracky has one.
Question mark,
And
question mark,
the-
question mark has one.
The question mark has one. The Edgelord Dragon. What's his name? Gore Magala. He
yeah.
has a variant also.
Yeah,
It's
Chaotic
like-
Gormagala. That one's
it
really
is
cool
deep-
though.
That one is like deep into G rank, so we probably will not be seeing it in the LP. But yeah, he's like partly molted into a Shaguru Magala, and it's really neat.
Yeah, he's halfway through his molting process. That one's
Yeah.
really cool. I want to give that one a
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah, it is neat. Now, we might be able to show it off, but again, it's deep into G rank, so it will require perhaps Silver dipping into her normal file and not the SD one,
Yeah.
which is doable. That file
Yeah,
still
yeah.
exists.
And isn't that file where you cleared everything as a cat?
Yeah, it's a file where I cleared everything, so no problem. Yeah, spoilers. And look at. Just, you know.
But I forget what original point I was about to
We were
make.
talking about the variants and ones being fun and others, and you were also mentioning Bracky.
Okay, so the 2 new variants that I'm not sure are on PC yet, but they are on PS4. I can't imagine they're fun in the way I see things as fun.
Probably not.
Yeah,
And it's the same way I see things as fun, so I'm probably.
It's like I don't
I know
know
exactly which one you're talking about too.
Yeah, it's just I'm not sure if we can talk about that other fella yet. Because I don't know if
Idea
that
what
other fella is in Gen U. I don't think Raging
not sure.
Bracky's in Gen U.
Unsure he might be, but again, he's probably somewhere in the rank.
I mean, Gen U does have, like, almost every monster.
Yeah,
It's such a huge roster.
It really is. Lots and lots. And there are several monsters they just unlocked in 10 stars we have never fought. A lot.
Wow, you
So
were
we're
not
gonna be
kidding
seeing-
about him.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot of new monsters. Yeah, I should maybe mention your general strategy for the Joe. Using aerial is fine. It's kind of hard to clip off him because his legs are so tiny.
Yeah, you've got such a
So-
small area to
Yeah,
bounce
so-
off of, and the rest of him is so
Rodeo.
elevated.
Yeah, while rodeo is fun, I honestly would not recommend it. You would be better off. I mean, I know I keep bringing it back to this, but some flavor of adept, just because he
Because
is so
Adept is that
aggressive.
I
It's because he is so aggressive and because his attacks have so much range.
think Beast
What
would be
were you gonna say,
okay.
Beast. I mean, on the one
Ooh,
hand,
second
lots
phase
of flesh real estate to work with, but
Yeah.
on the other hand, a lot of it is not very close to the ground. Is the problem.
Oh yeah,
But-
no.
Yeah, but consider when you're doing like the launching attack that actually buffs you. Like you are launching yourself
True.
right up into them meats.
That is true. And once you get the third level of the beast combo, you can just launch yourself into the air and be the furry whirling dervish.
Yeah.
Fair. Probably would work.
The aerial blender, it's good.
The aerial blender, yes. So yeah, you could work that. You could work the aerial cat. You could work the beast. If you're gonna go for best strategy, I'd probably recommend the adept. But you know what? Cats are good. Lots of different cats are good at different things.
Yes, this is true.
And then just generally speaking, gotta fit this in there before the hunt's almost over. Jeez.
Go ahead. You got time.
Yeah, we just kind of got sidetracked. I wanted to talk about some of the basic strategies for first-time Devil Joe fighters.
Go ahead, please. Go for it.
Usually, like, as a human hunter, you want to use more of your tools in your arsenal, and knowing that Joe is an exceptionally hungry boy, why not poison or taint your meats, your raw meats?
Yes, you can do that.
Yeah, when
Not a thing that the cats can do. That is a tool that human hunters can.
yeah, so like that's a common like starting strategy is you see him start to drool more frequently, and that's when you put down like a sleep meat so you can sleep bomb him, or like maybe you haven't paralyzed him yet, so you drop a tinged meat.
Does that work on Devil Joe as well?
It probably does. It's just the base tool set. Like the basic attacks and moveset, like I haven't really been depending on items as part of my tool set in the world, like at all.
No,
But,
neither have
I
I.
remember something about like the meats exist in world, but I think they work differently and they weren't as useful for Joe in particular. But I don't remember why. I think.
No, I guarantee they work identically. It's just like they're just overshadowed by the basic game mechanics.
Yeah. Now you saw Joe was just limping right there, and
Yeah.
he actually burrowed to zone. I think he only does that when he's limping.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Did you have anything else to say about Joe's strategy that did it before we capture the boy?
No, I think that about sums it up. Maybe one last note. Generally speaking, you might not see people capturing him. You might see them killing him instead, because there's that, again, Future Silver might have to correct this, but there's that classic, you gotta get the carbs instead of the capture rewards because it's a higher chance at gems and mantles and that kind of thing.
Right. Neither of which matter to the cat, but there is a drop of his that apparently you can also get from carbs, which I didn't get, so I might have been better served trying to carve it.
Yeah.
But, and it's an item that the cats can actually use. It's kind of important, so I may have to go and hunt another one of these so I can get that item, because I want it. I very much want it.
And commit the Moida.
And commit the
Yeah, you
yeah,
didn't get
yeah.
a single talent.
Yeah. So, I'll have to look. See what I can do. this is something that can be done off screen or whatever, you know, I've got tools available to me.
Yeah, it's just so here's the biggest, beefiest boy, and let's just fuck with you slightly by making his carbs more valuable than his capture rewards.
Right. And maybe I can bring the Bobcat. So I popped into the lab because the researcher had a couple of thought bubbles for me, and it had that cutscene of, like, zooming in on different parts of the lab. And I'm like, oh, hey, the lab upgraded. I didn't see anything particularly special pop up.
Well, I mean, that map is completed. I don't think that was completed
Yeah.
before.
The map is completed, but it doesn't do anything. I didn't...
It looks pretty.
The word... Okay, it looks pretty, fine.
And
There
like
weren't
that
any
star
new
glow
options.
looks pretty.
Yeah, it looks pretty, and I shut it off. I just didn't see any, like, upgrades to the lab expansion or anything like that. No, mechanical
No,
stuff.
it just looks nicer. That's fine.
It just looks nicer. Yeah, this is fine. So I shut it off, and it said new info was added to the monster sheet. I don't know if it has new stuff in there, or if it's just new monsters were added. I don't know. I don't actually look at that. And this guy has new kind of talisman melding. We can now do the Halcyon melding.
Oh, nice.
I think that's the best kind, but again, we are a cat. We don't use talismans. And
Yeah.
Deadweight is too much of a drunk to get a talisman. He doesn't get shiny bits, so
Yeah,
If you get a
Halcyon
legendary sword,
melding is for
isn't that the
silver
last thing
hunters.
he did?
yeah, you'd have to. Now, for human hunters, it's good because you can toss in your junk talismans and get better ones, and the Halcyon has the best odds of like getting you like the highest grade of talisman or something like that.
The good
Okay.
Yeah, the good shit. So if you are going to be melding talismans, go with the Halcyon. But however you pronounce it, go for that meld.
I think it's Halcyon. Yeah.
Halcyon. Okay. But yeah.
It's like calcium,
So-
but Halcyon.
Yeah. Okay. So, as I promised, showing off new armor. We've got a few armors to show off. So let's get started then. Fashion. Oh, and we were talking over me going to all the village chiefs who all had a headgear accessory for us, which is a human hunter thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have new stuff. We have the Meowsketeer's Rapier.
That is not
Then
right here,
here's
but okay.
Here's Devil Joe's axe. Hey, it says Rapier right there, man. I'm just reading what the game says.
It's just a really chufty rapier, okay?
Just a shufty one. That is D'Artagnan's sword. That's where it comes from. This is the Barioth knife, which is just a Barioth tusk sharpened to a point. And there's the Valstrax sword. You can get a better look at it.
Oh, nice.
It's very cool. Very cool weapon.
Silverwing. I bet the dragon damage was the only reason you crafted it.
Yeah, naturally.
The
We can also wear
Silverwing.
D'Artagnan's hat. Okay, and you saw the Valstrax helmet. There's the Gore one. Devil Joe helmet. We got some pretty good looking stuff. Barioth helmet. Yeah. We got good looking stuff. D'Artagnan's cape. The D'Artagnan armor set is one of my absolute favorites, but we don't have the bits to craft it, unfortunately. Valstrax armor, very cool looking. It is extremely stylish. There's the high rank Gore armor, because, you know, remember we did fight the Gore a while ago. Devil Joe's, like, wrestling belt looking thing,
Yeah,
so you can kind of make yourself look like a luchador.
a little bit.
Yeah. There's Barioth's, kind of, I don't know. It's a thing. My vote would go to either the Valstrax, and eventually the D'Artagnan, I guess.
Yeah, D'Artagnan is my vote. Goddamn
But
cape.
again, I don't have the bits to craft it yet, but when I do, someone's gonna be rocking that. And next time on Will It Cat, we'll probably get to meet Ray Jang. Ain't that fun?
No.
Who's looking forward to that? Okay,
No.
we will see you next
Goodbye.
time then. Thanks for joining us. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.